white pumpkin raita. My name is Chef Harpal and you're watching me cook a raita. Actually, raitas generally are not cooked. They're just mixed together. Now, a lot of people have requested me to show a raita. Indians know what raita is, but let me explain the world what raita means. Now, raita is something which is done with yogurt as a main ingredient, to which various kind of vegetables are added, or it is plain. It can be tempered, it can be sweet, salty, sweet and sour, all of this together. Now, that's very important. Indians do have raita with every meal. Now, every meal would mean, either lunch or dinner, not so much for breakfast though, but for lunch and dinner, definitely yes. Now, when you have a raita, it's mixed with yogurt, any vegetable mixed with yogurt. Now, Indians, why do they have raita? Now, let me tell you this first, okay? Because the food that we eat generally has spices, not chili hot, but has spices. So when you eat a raita, it kind of tones down the entire meal element. The fire probably that would happen for people who are not used to it will tone down. The fire inside will tone down. Secondly, chilies are soluble, fat soluble. Let me tell you this. Hence, it's important to have a yogurt element in your meal. So what I'm doing is, I'm doing a nice white pumpkin raita, the way my mother would make it. I'm just showcasing you the same way. So white pumpkin here, peel this white pumpkin. I tell you, it's a very healthy vegetable. Somehow not many Indians eat now, but part of various parts of India. It's either the eastern part and to an extent the southern part uses it directly. The northern part prefers eating koftas made out of this and raita made out of this. So north generally has a beautiful raita made of white pumpkin. So that's the reason I'm showcasing you this raita here. So what you're going to do is take the white pumpkin, chop off both the ends, grate this, okay? That's very important. Grate from the larger side. There you go. The most important thing, let me also tell you is, when you buy a white pumpkin for this raita, I'm grating the entire thing because this is nice and soft. You see here, there are not many seeds. Otherwise, you just need to take the top peel and remove the inside pulp. That you cannot use for a raita. But this one, being a very young white pumpkin, is what I'm using. People across the world, let me tell you this, many parts of the world does not have white pumpkin. So what will you do? If you don't have a white pumpkin, use a winter melon, okay? Or use zucchini, a green zucchini, you can use that to make this, almost the same family, okay? So that's very important. This is also called bottle gourd. I'm making white pumpkin, but this is also called bottle gourd and belongs to the gourd families. Now this is enough for the raita. So what I'm going to do is, if you were to make for 4 people, half of this, what I've taken, which should be around 500 grams, say around little over 1 pound, half of this grated completely. And to this, I've got some green chilies here. Some green chilies. 1 green chili is what I'm going to add. If you like it spicy, go ahead, indulge in it. And some salt in here, black salt first, okay, 1/4 teaspoon black salt. Some salt to taste, or the way I do it all over the country and the world, namak shamak, that's what you got to do it. And a little bit of ajwain, which is roasted, is what you need to add. Carom seeds, that's what people call it. And half a teaspoon of roasted cumin powder. Some chaat masala, half teaspoon of this into this. And a little bit of fresh coriander, and I'll also add some mint to this. 2 tablespoons actually, if you were to take a measurement, 2 tablespoons of chopped coriander and 1 tablespoon of chopped mint. There you go. All of this into this. What you need to do is mix up the whole thing. Most important here to note is that what you need is a young bottle gourd, lauki as we call in India. So there you mix this up. To the yogurt, what I'm going to do is, in this yogurt, it's only salty. You don't balance it with sugar. Very important for a lauki raita, you only add salt to this. So salt to taste in this, mix up the salt. Now, my mother would squeeze this whole thing up. The water would be thrown out. Why? One, because when you add the yogurt and you keep it for some time, the yogurt will turn thin. So if you want the yogurt not to turn thin, you must either mix it in the last, just before serving, because I don't want to lose the water here. I want to keep it as it is, because that's what the goodness of white pumpkin is. If you're eating something good, might as well use the entire goodness of the vegetable. So if you were serving it immediately, mix a little bit of this raita in here. First, blend up this whole thing. There you go. Oh, beautiful. Some people boil also, let me tell you. Yes, they do boil white pumpkin. I don't prefer. No. You want to boil it, you have an option of boiling it. White pumpkin doesn't need to be boiled. Okay? Especially the young one. You don't need to boil. Some people do. Worst case, what you can do is put it in some hot water for some time. There you go. And put some of the yogurt on top. Sprinkle some cumin seeds roasted. On top of this, you want to put some red chilies. Go ahead, put it. Fresh coriander. Wow. So you have an option. You want to boil it, go ahead, boil it. If it is an old one, I mean a pumpkin which has a lot of seeds inside, then yes, you must boil. But if it is very young, don't boil it. Just use it the way it is. And I tell you, this one is just superb. Superb. I'm enjoying it.